Welcome back to our deep dive series. Today, we're getting into a source called The Smack by Mr. 76. It's direct.
Very direct. It doesn't pull any punches.
Huh.
The core idea is that the system globally isn't just accidentally unfair, it's designed to be rigged.
Right, and it starts with this concept the author calls false hope. Basically, the traditional dream, the American dream. The source labels it a universal snare.
Even calls it psychological warfare, which is strong language right out of the gate.
It definitely sets the stage. The argument is it's all engineered to keep people compliant, kind of chasing a carrot they can never reach.
Exactly. And the source tries to map out how this works across finance, education, media, these mechanisms that keep everyone, quoting here, in motion, always moving, always chasing, never arriving.
Okay, let's unpack the financial side first. Wages. The source claims wages are basically the starting point, the first link in the chain.
Yeah, designed only to sustain you, not to elevate. Enough to keep you working, but never enough to get comfortable or, truly independent.
Just enough to survive, basically.
Pretty much. And then comes the next layer, debt. This is where the source uses that term, financial shackles.
Things like student loans, credit cards, mortgages.
All of it. Seen not as tools for opportunity, but as chains. And critically, the author argues inflation isn't some random economic event.
Oh, how so? What's the claim there?
That it's part of the design. Consistent inflation, maybe driven by policy, just eats away any tiny progress you might make saving money or getting a small raise.
So you're always losing ground, essentially.
You're sprinting on a treadmill, is the metaphor you use. You have to keep working harder just to stay in the same place financially. It ensures dependency on the wage system.
And this links into the author's point about the myth of meritocracy, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The argument is blunt all around.
Yeah.
Are the hardest workers, nurses, teachers, sanitation workers, the wealthiest? Rarely.
So effort doesn't equal outcome in this view.
Not even close, according to the source. The wealthy often inherit or speculate. The game's rigged from the start, it says. Hard work within the defined rules isn't the path to real wealth.
Okay, so you're trapped financially. But there's a mental side to this too, right? The illusion of progress.
Yes, like hustle culture. It keeps you busy, focused on being productive, making productivity a kind of performance.
Like you have to constantly show you're working hard.
Exactly. And it's a distraction, the source argues, from questioning the bigger picture. It keeps you compliant.
And the source even suggests that attempts to break free, like finding alternative information or lifestyles.
It's commodified. Yeah. The rebellion itself is turned into a product and sold back to you. So even trying to escape can keep you tangled in the system.
Okay, let's shift to the programming aspect. Education, schooling the masses.
The source frames it not as learning, but as programming. Teaching compliance above all else.
How so?
Think about the core command. Sit still, follow instructions, memorize, repeat, obey authority. The argument is that this trains people for the system, not to question it. Critical thinking isn't the real goal.
And that learned obedience is then reinforced. How? Media.
Through the architects of perception, as the source calls them, media isn't about objective information, it's messaging. Filtered narratives.
Designed to keep people
Obedient, divided, and distracted, stirring up emotions, keeping you focused on immediate reactions rather than underlying structures.
And social media fits in there too, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. As an amplifier, harvesting your attention, training you to constantly react, perform, chase approval, it keeps the cycle going.
Wow. Okay, so there's one more layer the source identifies, the rewrite of reality. What's that about?
It's about controlling the narrative of the past. History, culture, they become tools. Stories get sanitized. Inconvenient facts disappear.
Why? What's the goal of rewriting the past?
To reinforce the legitimacy of the present system. If you have a distorted view of how things came to be, you're less likely to question why they are the way they are now. It traps you in a false context.
So it's a pretty comprehensive view of control, financial, mental, historical.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway then? How does the smack suggest breaking free?
Well, the conclusion is that real freedom, what the author calls sovereignty, starts simply by seeing the trap, recognizing it.
Just awareness.
Awareness is the first crucial step. The source says the trap is only as strong as your belief in it. Freedom then becomes a daily commitment to see clearly, think independently, and act deliberately. It's an ongoing process, not a single event.
That leaves us with something to think about. If the system, as this author claims, really fears a mind that sees, then what's one specific thing, maybe a rule at your job, a piece of history you were taught, a basic economic assumption you hold? What small accepted thing would you start questioning first if you really believe that freedom, as the source puts it, is stolen from obedience?
Thanks for watching. Mr. 76 signing out.